Now, that might sound like three totally different games duct taped together, and you'd be right to be suspicious. But surprisingly, this demo somehow makes the chaos feel interesting. The real question, though, is whether it's worth jumping into right now, or if it's one of those games that's more fun to watch than to actually play. The demo throws you straight into this gritty world with minimal handholding. You take control of a train navigating dangerous lands, making decisions that directly impact your journey. Every route, every trade, every fight with enemies matters. What's clever is how these systems link together. A risky trade might give you more resources, but it could leave you vulnerable to attacks. Winning fights can unlock upgrades that make your future routes safer and more profitable. It all feeds back into the gameplay loop, which makes the experience feel connected and satisfying. The world itself is a highlight. The art direction is gritty yet surprisingly expressive, and the music complements the moody, tense atmosphere. It's the kind of game where even quiet train rides feel immersive. You can almost feel the weight of this ruined world pressing down as you plan your next move. Combat is where things get interesting. You build a deck of cards, draw hands, and chain combos to defeat enemies. It's a mix of strategy and chance. You need to think ahead, but luck can still throw a wrench into your plans. Pulling off a perfect combo feels rewarding, especially when it saves a risky trade route from disaster. The system isn't overly complex, but it gives you enough room to experiment, which makes each fight engaging. Playing on PC makes a noticeable difference. Menus are cleaner, managing your train and deck feels natural, and you don't have to squint at tiny icons. While the game is designed for multiple platforms, the PC demo clearly shines in terms of comfort and accessibility. But let's talk about the money side of things. In the demo, you won't see any aggressive in-app purchases or gacha pulls. It's mostly focused on showing you the gameplay loop, combat, and trading mechanics. That said, the way rewards and cards are structured does resemble games that usually have gacha systems and monetization. So while you're playing the demo, you might notice hints of how the full game could handle these systems. In the full release, however, monetization is real. There are monthly cards, battle passes, beginner packs, and SSR selector packs that let you spend premium currency to get heroes, crew, and upgrades. There's also a full-fledged gacha system where rare characters or items have low pull rates, and you can use currency earned in-game or bought with real money to try your luck. Balance is another area that's a bit uneven. Some fights spike in difficulty unexpectedly, while others are comparatively easy. This can disrupt pacing, but it's more of a minor annoyance than a game-breaking issue. Hopefully, it will be tuned up in the full release. The UI is mostly fine on PC, but mobile players might notice cramped menus when managing decks and resources. This is a small friction point rather than a deal breaker, but it's worth noting if you prefer handheld play. Performance on the demo is generally solid, though a few testers reported minor stutters or frame dips on older devices. Nothing major, but it reminds you that this is an early build. Despite these issues, the demo shows that the game has potential. If you like strategic planning, optimizing systems, and experimenting with different combat decks, this is a title that rewards patience and thinking ahead. You'll find yourself tweaking trade routes, adjusting decks, and trying new approaches just to see how far you can push the train before disaster strikes. It scratches that thinking player itch in a way few other games do. For those who dislike grind, uneven pacing, or games that hint at future monetization, the demo might feel frustrating at times. The loop is solid, but it's clearly a slice of a bigger picture. Only the full release will reveal whether the game can maintain interest over longer play sessions without becoming repetitive or too focused on in-app purchases. So yeah, Resonance Solstice is worth trying on demo. It's rough but creative. Temper expectations though. The demo shows the promise of a clever, creative game, but it's still rough around the edges. Progression can feel grindy, combat balance isn't perfect, and there's a hint of monetization baked into the design. Still, for anyone who loves experimenting with strategy, deck building, and resource management, the demo is worth a try. It's not flawless, but it's compelling, and it gives a good sense of what the full game could offer. And that's the ride for today. Thanks for watching, and if you made it this far, hit that like button and let's talk. Would you risk your sanity managing a post-apocalyptic train with a deck of cards, or just wait for a patch before buying a ticket? Either way, may your routes be profitable, your cards land in your favor, and your train not explode halfway through the trip.